second. It might just work out. Where did it go? No. Oh, I remember the issue with this. Yeah, so if I click out, it breaks the full screen and it pops up at the top left corner like that. That's great. But, so where were we? So we actually beat this game once. But, yeah, it's this one actually. So like we beat episode 3 in TYRIAN. I don't know if the volume of the game is good. If you hear the volume, it's good. But there's still an episode 4 and 5, so we may as well look at it. Am I in episode 4? Yes, I am. Okay, so this is episode 4. Let's see, it says that incoming private link from X Mukane. Tidebeam private coded message forwarded by Downstar at unknown link. By the way, I think the original TYRIAN only had episode 1, 2, 3, so this was like added to it in TYRIAN 2000 specifically. Attached message included a second data message. Decoded transmission follows. This is horrible worm at the Microsoft planet X Mukane. This is a Downstar emergency request by Downstar agent 00329 tech something whatever. I am patched into a secure net and cannot explain fully. Okay. Through collaborating with other techs, I have learned that Microsoft has unlocked some of the Zika command codes. I thought we destroyed Microsoft. The SIs have activated the ancient computer system. Temperature is 103 Fahrenheit in 3000 AD. What? Here in the service bay and rising. Men are complaining but being turned away by the guards. Get me out of here. I think they're trying to turn this planet into a sun. Send someone now, you stupid. Okay. Trentson says, you've probably read the message before this one, Trent. I don't need to tell you that this is a problem and it means doom. I know I am a boring old man and I drag you back across the galaxy against your own will, but please hear me out. I am placed in the regrettable position of having to try and stop this insanity. I hope Harble was wrong, but this is an alien technology more advanced than our own. Gankor believes that if Microsoft can reactivate the computer systems, they will have a limitless power source and would certainly monopolize the energy trade. As regrettable as it would be if that was all it was, I would reluctantly have to allow them to activate the planet and keep their energy. I mean, dude, he's making the sun explode. We could still fight them economically from other directions. The problem is that there's a vast number of scientists and technicians from independent governments and education centers stationed on X Mukane. That is so long! Dude, that is so long. I am not reading all that. Someone was paid to write this text. And Trent, I don't know if you'll accept this, but I'm sorry. No, I don't. Why would you send me such a long message? Back in the day when I was playing this as a kid, I was not reading this because I could not actually read English, and now I'm not reading it because it's so long. Okay, now that we have read all of that, we are a carrot. We have maximum laser beams. We have maximum sonic wave, which is awesome. How do I swap between them? Was it slash? Okay, so it's slash. I have the best shield, the best generator, I have this thing, I have that thing. Perfect! Okay, we are ready for episode 4. Let's go. I don't remember how to shoot. Never mind. Oh gosh, this is... I forgot I have this wacky skill that if I press space, then the whole game turns red. Well... I feel like I might be a tad bit overpowered in this one. You know what the sad thing is? I'm not entirely feeling it. I might actually go into Voice Stranger. I was thinking about it, but now that I see my overpowered ship, I'm not sure. It almost feels like starting from episode 4 is technically better than just continuing here from episode 3. That was supposed to be a boss fight. Oh man, I am overpowered. Way overpowered. I slightly miss Jamestown. I feel like Jamestown was a great experience for everyone, which was a bullet hell game. This predates bullet hells in that sense, or at least this was not an arcade Japanese shoot 'em up. So like, you don't have to be like pixel perfect and dodge every single projectile. Okay. The question is, why is this level so low? It's a hand! Did we do it? Yay! Let's see, data, so much data, oh my god. I wasn't sure if I was going to hear from you again, but you cleared out enough of the surface shifts for us to break through and start rescuing the people trapped on the upper sections of the planet. We need more time, Trent. The temperature is rising even on the surface now. And as long as you're reading all this message, it's going to freaking explode. Okay, so this guy says, Tide Beam private coded message. Who are you? Don't I recognize you? No. This planet is going to be vaporized intruder. There's no hope for you to reach the core in time to destroy it. Leave now, whoever you are. This is not your affair. Captain Nob, okay. People pretzel though, okay. And Zinglon's nose was stolen. And X became threatened with destruction. 1.5 million to be killed, okay. There is no better weapon. I mean, that is not as cool as the laser, huh? Let's see. I think we have everything, as usual. Okay, save. Okay, let's see what Xmken has in store for us. Oh, jeez. Oh, everything is already red anyway. It has good music. I barely remember these levels, dude. I have a feeling that I did not do episode 4 and 5 too much. Yo, data!
Data acquired.
Ah. Warning, it said. Oh, jeez. That was a funny sound effect, though. It's a plasma storm, by the way.
Large enemy approaching.
Oh, are you shooting these? Ah! Oh jeez, what the heck? Why am I upside down? Nice. Data! This is Tech Harbor 1 from level 12. We have freed this section from Microsoft control and have monitored your incoming ship. You appear to be piloting a neutral free market scout class starship. It's actually a carrot. Are you here to help? Did Downstar send you? We are trapped here in level 12 by a security lockout and can't break through the blast shielding. Look, whoever you are, we're in a tight spot. There's no time left for us to escape. Then why are you sending me such a long message? The defense drones are blah 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 blah. 30 minutes left. I don't have the time to read this message, man. Okay, Benno crackers. Let's see, 33 I guess. Sounds about right. I can't count, it's 32. I'm not even gonna check for new updates. Let's go onwards. Cool. It's gonna flicker like that every single time I press space at the start of a level. Damn. I mean, it's a good skill, but it's also very flickery. Kinda have a problem with this episode so far, this episode 4. Like, I did not know what we are getting into. I don't really remember doing this. Like, I think I mostly played the regular TYRIAN, so I mostly played up to episode 1 to 3. Because I vaguely remember doing the fleet that we did last time. But I feel like these levels just spam these ships. Like, I don't know, the other episodes, like they had a minefield, they had a, I don't know. I feel like within the levels, the general level design just doesn't feel as refined. It's kind of weird, like they added these 2 extra episodes to TYRIAN with TYRIAN 2000, but it also seems like they did not have the mojo that they had in TYRIAN regular, but that might just be me. Or I just have like the ultimate build in the game, so I don't really have to think about it other than dodging a little bit. That's the other thing that may or may not happen. Wait, I can shoot. I know I can shoot the Zika things, but how do you shoot them? I don't remember. I legit don't remember the command to do it. It's not shift, not tab. Oh jeez.
Large enemy approaching.
I can't see, man. Wait, I have like 18 seconds. Never mind. Oh my god, arcade. We have only 17 seconds left before the world explodes. Never mind, we did it. The stocks are in shambles and so are we, arcade. As you know, if you are going into the stock market, if the prices are low, you buy, and if the prices are very high, then you either hold or sell. It's one of these two, but welcome arcade, welcome raiders, my name is zhunGamer, we are zhunGaming. We were planning to play a game called Void Stranger after Tetrio, but then there was exactly 1 vote that said we should play TYRIAN. You did it! The energy source we detected is fading fast and the temperature is dropping back to normal, blah 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 blah. They are stuck in level 12, sure. We are doing big progress, big progress. Okay, it says, I invest, therefore I don't sell, but now I wish I did. Are they actually falling that much? They say that timing the market is really freaking hard and not exactly recommended to go for. Although I have a feeling that people who can time it, well, they are gambling. And sometimes it works out. It's really bad, damn. Okay, there's only one thing you can do then, which is to keep holding. If you sell now, you're locking in your losses. That's what they always say. I have no idea what I'm talking about, by the way. I have a feeling that my supposed investments that I have are actually just stealing my money. Well, one of them anyway, and the other one is upfront about it and say that we only do that for 3 years. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And then you think about it and you're like, actually you could just like, I don't know, buy it at some other place where they don't do that. Well, so much about being responsible with money. Even when you try to be responsible, apparently people still, like, there are financial institutions that are like, hey, you know what would be great? If we would convince you that giving us some money in case something bad happens is a good idea. You know, so I'm talking about unit-linked insurances. Like, if you are like 17, you probably have no idea these things exist. Well, I didn't know about them when I was 28. And what I really didn't know about them is that people generally say that, yeah, this is actually a terrible idea. End up paying so much for an insurance and then it links you in for like a whole bunch of years. And you literally lose the money that you would be investing. It's crazy. Because let's be real, like, if you have something that's like, okay, so something bad happens to you on the way home and you don't get home ever again, then they pay you money. But that's like, you only see a return value for your money if you end up dying. Like, that's not good, okay? Like, is that really a good investment? Probably not. Okay, it says, I had some puts last week and I got assigned because that's when the dump happened. Now I'm trying to sell my shares at a 0.5 profit just to free up capital. Damn. Yeah, that sounds rough. This guy is like, what in the name of the 29 hells of Dyson are you doing here? How did you find our news shielded ship? I didn't even see it. I didn't see a thing. I was literally just holding space, man. Bano crackers. New space flamethrower. Blah 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 blah. Something Zika. Okay, I do have them, but I don't remember how to shoot. I don't remember how to shoot my side guns. Dude, everything is happening on X-Mcane. What the heck? Oh jeez. I always get flashbanged by that. I kinda regret taking flare, even though it's a good weapon power-wise. What is this? Do I have to shoot the... Okay. Boom. That was it? Okay, sure. You patch in your holocom to the Zika computer and transmit the access codes from your ship's computer. I did not read any of the lore, so I don't know why I'm even doing that. Few seconds later, you are rewarded with a few chirps and a growing low hum. It will take a while to heat this planet back up. What do you mean heat it up? It was literally trying to explode a moment anyway. And you don't want to become an insta-free snack, so you race back to your waiting mega soundchair and blast off, if you say so. Was that episode 4? Was that the entire thing? Because if it was... Can't believe my eyes. Our sensors tell us that the central core has come back online somehow and the core temperature is returning to normal. What did you do? I have no idea. I'm just shooting things. I can tell you now, Trent. I believe there's no way in this universe we could have stopped Microsoft if this planet was activated. La 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 la. I hope you freeze. Okay. We are making big progress on this episode stuff. This is still on Xmucane, dude. What the heck? A moment ago, this thing was exploding into lava, and now it's literally frozen. What the heck is going on in this game? Okay, it says, I lost so much money. What? I have to sell against my Intel shares just to make something? But arcade. Didn't they say that if you sell at a loss, then you lock in your losses, but if you keep holding, then it might go up? T-Drank is like, this is so messed up. What's messed up? We are playing Tyrian. I got the best build in episode 3, and now they're just throwing ships at me. But what's up, T-Drank? We are gaming or something. I was planning to play with some voice stranger. Oh, T-Drank says, Arcade's investment was damn. Selling against is basically just a covered call. If my Intel shares get called, then I will get an insane payout. Aha! See, I knew that Intel was the right idea to go with all along. Which is funny because whenever you check the investment videos, they always say not to go for individual stocks because it's hella risky. But I was like, Intel has been so far down despite literally leading the, well, half the CPU market, you know? Just because their Gen 12 CPUs were, well, terrible. You know? So I was like, there's no way they are not fixing this eventually. Okay, we have a secret level. It was so secret, it was literally at the very middle of the freaking stage. What is this thing? Oh, those things are trying to kill me. I don't like that. Nice. Okay, says, but Intel won't be mooning anytime soon, so my shares are safe. I don't really know what shares getting called means. Evidently, I don't know enough about the investment world. How would you get rich without investments like that? I'm not sure. It means they get sold. Oh, I see. Top secret, confidential memo. Laser research is progressing. Project Thermos has completed stage 2 and is moving to stage 3. Come on, is. Oh, Microsoft Research Station. Wait a second, this is important. Okay. No main battle cruisers are currently online. Whoops. Alambus Hall and Resurrectus. Okay. Communist ice cream. I think we saved, right? Okay, finally a new planet. It's not Xmucane. Damn. Oh, jeez. Every single time I press space, it does that at the very start of the level. Okay, so it says that there's time remaining. They really like this timer. They did not have this in episode 1, 2, or 3. Like, how do I change anything, really? Time-wise, do I just kill this thing fast? Probably. Yum! So Arcade, I really hope that you managed to figure out how to get your money back. But be excited, because you didn't hear a good, I don't know, you weren't told that, hey, you should probably invest in freaking, I don't know, blah blah, crypto or something. Why would you do that? Okay, it says, this is hindsight hitting me. I knew this was gonna happen because it happened last year. Damn. But T-Drank says, crypto is in the crapper. Dude, it's... Oh my god, I was not looking and I died. Whoops. Whoops. Bitcoin lost 30k in value. Damn. That's crazy. In Hungary, they're pretty much banned now, so... Not much you could do with them anyway. I don't even know how it works at this point because there's some regulation against it. Which is not what crypto wants, for sure. I actually don't know how it works, legit. store of value. Okay, it says, I never got into Bitcoin because it was always super volatile. Even gold and silver are taking dumps. No one knows what's going on. The AI craze is carrying the USA economy. And not gonna lie, I feel like people are actually starting to use it. Like, I see organization-based usages of AI and AI summaries and stuff like that. Although I also feel like it's kind of, well, like, the summary should be correct. So if it grabs me something that it makes up from like nothing, it's not a good idea. Like, how is that helping me? So apparently I have to dodge that thing in the bottom because it can kill me, and it is immortal. T-Drunk says, at my last job, coworkers didn't Google things anymore, they just asked ChatGPT. Do people actually not know that it's like actually a controlled random generator and not actually like something that looks up all knowledge that exists in real life? Ah! I almost died. Again. It says, I want to use AI for doing research, but I don't know how to use it. I mean, what kind of research? It will make up plausible answers that may or may not be true. Kyong! Boss time! Or something. Yay, we did it! Okay. Deliani, priority uplink, tide beam prior, blah blah blah. Transom, we are under attack by a giant Microsoft ship, yes. This is unusually large. You will have to activate the Nova system, okay. Javi, wait, isn't this guy... He was a trader last time. I trust you enjoyed playing with X McCain. Now we're going to do a little playing around with your planet. I can see you're still trusting Transon. Can't believe you still left some of those old security codes in place. Okay. Something's going down in Deliani. I don't know what Deliani is. Is it my home village? I don't know. There's nothing to get. There's nothing to get. Indeed. Zom 37. Let's see. Kentrade says, I use AI a lot these days. I'm a programmer and I'm constantly finding new use cases for it. I will avoid writing a book here, but it's been fun. That's actually fascinating because I am also a programmer. Well, technically I'm a, what do you call it? Android software developer. Which means software developer, but I only remember how to well, write and fix code for the Android platform at this point. Which may or may not be a good idea, like it's probably for the best. Nice, I hope you are enjoying Kotlin. When the project is in Kotlin, then yes. Sometimes it's in Java. Today I had to fix something in Java, but honestly, if you have been doing it long enough, it doesn't matter. You're just like, oh yeah, I forgot a semicolon. Oh yeah, I have to type at the left when you're going back to Java. But when you're in Kotlin, then you use Kotlin, and then you use, what do you call it? Not just the trailing lambdas, what do you call it? Lambda functions with receivers as parameters for functions, yes. You do all the kinds of things that make sense to a point, although I found out that there was like one time I made an infix function, and even then it was unnecessary. So like, there's a bunch of Qt things that you can do in Kotlin that's like complete nonsense, honestly. But even among those weird features, I think tailrack is one of the most fun ones. Now I'm nerding it out. Did I read something or not? So new use cases. Honestly, I do feel that there might be a use case to it. When I was trying to do something like, I don't know, game development. Oh, please open up the full screen. Ah, flashbang. Kentray says, nice, let me post if I can post a link, but nah, you can see all the recent stuff I've built a lot with AI. You can post links, like, I don't mind, and it's not blocked, like, the bots that say stuff like, was boovers on blah blah blah, you know, they never post a link anymore. God says, I got extremely lucky with my public transport, I barely got in time for attendance. Well, if you got in, that's all good. Well, I totally left data there, although it's not like I've been reading it. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm literally moving left and right and reading chat. KennyCason.com. I see. Yeah, so I have been wondering that there are times when, I don't know, there's a known algorithm, okay? So think about this. So usually I don't need AI at this point because I'm working with this legacy code. And this legacy code, I can't trust AI to read it and make sense of it, okay? Because it's just so badly written. I missed that data a second time and I'm not gonna restart again. Code says, this game looks familiar, Airstrike or something. This is called TYRIAN. Although there was a point when I wanted to do Raptor. Country says, so much tribal knowledge, hidden complexity, etc. Well, honestly, as I have been doing this job for 11 years at this point, that is not a problem for me as long as I have, what do you call it? As long as I have the credentials and whatnot to make changes. Make the changes that I have to do to accomplish my job, which normally I took for granted until that one time when I did not have that. Imagine having 30 people in a development team just so that they can always complain to each other. Why did you write so much code? Now I have to review so much code. Imagine if you hadn't written so much code even though all of it was freaking necessary to do the job. But what if you had asked us a few times so that we don't have to read so much about it, we would know what I'm reading, but we would never, oh my god, like... And then, funnily enough, I'm not on that project anymore, okay? So that, like, the hidden complexity, it's not really hidden if it's in the code, right? There are times when you get surprised that you're like, wait a second, how did you come up with such a terrible solution? Which is something that happened yesterday when I was fixing something. Like today it was mostly my bugs because I can't kill these in time. Oh man, I'm trying again. Well, at least now we have a change in the sense that I have the best weapons in the game and I'm still not winning. But anywho, so the trick there, and I find it kind of funny how now that we're not in Tetrio, that we're actually talking about like random things. Maybe it's better that I didn't go to Voice Ranger because during Voice Ranger I'm not sure I would wanna focus on software as much. But in TYRIAN we can do whatever we want. So anyhow, I keep missing that data. I'm just gonna stay in the middle, man. So yeah, Ken, so the trick there is that if you know the system well enough and the problem is not as complex and like they didn't do something extremely egregious, I think you know which word I'm trying to speak. Anyhow, so like you can kind of figure it out. Yesterday I ran into this very wacky problem though. You have a language called Kotlin. You probably have heard of it in the past, saying that it is your favorite language. But imagine this code where they just map everything into a string. And sometimes it's a concatenated string with like, you know, commas. And then they check if it's like a non-null string. And if it's a non-null string, then they have to like get the ID lists from this comma separated string list I mean, it's like a string with commas in it, so it's like actually a list. It's a list of integers stored in a string, and there's no actual reason for them to do that. They just did that anyway. Like, it actually bonkers. Like, when I found out that the reason why it's like this, well, what it's trying to do is that there's supposed to be this search. You can search for a city, a county, multiple counties. And for that, they have 3 different strings. And one of them is a combination of strings with commas separating the IDs. I'm like,
Enemy
guys, just use a list. What are you doing? Like, make something like filter type and be like it's a county or a city and then have a list of them. It's not hard. What do you mean? Like, this makes no sense. Like, it makes sense if you're a PHP developer and you don't know anything about object modeling, classes, and what else is there? Like, some people enjoy the hard way. No, there's nothing about enjoyment there. This is just what they do because that's their level of being able to model the problem domain, which is random strings in a static void. I mean, in a public static variable dangling in the air and like 0 consideration for the fact that it's like Android code. And I'm like, dude, this is so poorly written. And they were working on that app for like 5 to 6 years, actually. And they were fired. They were fired, and that's why I'm working on it. This is actually not a joke, by the way. So like they started rewriting the code, but while they are rewriting the code with the other 2 devs, I am the one maintaining this old legacy application written by these 2 or 3 guys, I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3, who had no idea how to write good code. Actually had no idea. I am kind of mesmerized by the fact that it kind of works, but sometimes you have to like look for these little tidbits that only make sense if you look at all the other things, and that's when I feel like an AI agent, but I can't trust the AI agent to actually figure this out, that location temp is a list of IDs of counties put into a single comma separated string. Guys, what is this? Why would you ever do this? Like, actually no awareness of like how to write decent code. Not even good code, just decent code. Anyway, I figured it out and I fixed it. I think I fixed it. The tester is still testing it. But man, also they had like a crash rate of crash-free user rate of 96, but that means that 4% of users were crashing. I have fixed this and now it's down to like 99.3 or something, which is pretty good. Cantroid says, but some people enjoy the hard way, but just kidding. And yes, your PHP comment hits home. I grew up on PHP before frameworks. Those were fun days. You know, there's a very fun thing about frameworks, which is the fact that anyone could write a framework. I'm not kidding. I'm not saying, oh, anyone can write a framework. Nyak, nyak, it takes no skill. No, anyone can technically learn the skills to end up with a code that looks like a framework, you know? It is... but some frameworks do more than they should, and then they bind you. And if they bind you, then they're not helping. Are you Trent? I have heard from you from Trentson. Forgive me for not introducing myself, but a certain crazed lunatic is hammering on my pods, shielding with lightning blades. How are you sending me this much if you're being shot at? Oh wait, he's dying. The final fleet ship seems to be a multi-stage defense. When it will release, must shoot. Looks like this makes happy. I'm only an android. Okay. Trent, is that you? I never thought I'd get to see you so soon. I can't believe you decided to forfeit yourself to try and stop me from taking over this place. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so Javi is still being evil. That's what we know. 38. No better ship, no better weapon. I guess a lightning gun could work. But this has better spread. so I'm not doing it. This looks bad. Oh, it is bad. Yeah, I can't buy anything. Okay, let's just go over. Zeliani it is. Those were fun days. I actually never learned PHP, not even formally or ever. So like I would not end up writing good PHP code, sadly. The only thing I know about it is that there's a function called explode. And it does something that does not look like exploding. Would not recommend. I heard that they finally added type hints. This music is louder than the others. But yeah, I'm kinda glad I'm not in the PHP world, and I'm also glad I'm not doing Python. Honestly though, like if they told me you have to write this thing in Python, I would kinda consider, well, first I would try AI, and if it doesn't work, then I would just, well, not quit. Last time I had to fix something in Python, I told them after a week, I have no idea how to do this, and some other guy fixed it in like 2 hours. And I'm like, I don't even know why you gave me this thing. Like, I told you I don't know this language, nor the ecosystem. That happened once, and it's been bugging me ever since. I do not like Python, even though I know that some people have historically made very good things in Python, things that work. Unlike that thing I was supposed to fix. Ah. Oh no! No. Damn. But yeah, Kent, I remember that you were making a Kotlin game engine? Is that thing still going on? Kentroid says, I enjoy Python for small fun projects, but not enterprise, big complex software. I like a robust, expressive, strongly typed language, just like Kotlin. I can definitely relate to that. Like, there was a time when I was writing some JavaScript. I was technically hired as an Android developer, but I did some JavaScript. Honestly, that was a fun time actually. That was fun, and that was like actually 11 years ago. What the heck? It's like that was like 11. No, it wasn't 11. It was like 10 years ago. So like 10 years ago, there was this task where you had to select detailed filtering again. Actually, there were 5 categories to filter by. You could select multiple options from them, and you would have to order them together if you picked stuff for like the detailed filters. It's like it was like and, but so you would end the 5 different categories, and within the categories you could pick multiple and you would order those. And what you had to do is that whenever you selected one of these options, you would have to filter out the set that are valid to pick, because you wouldn't want to end up with stuff that you like picked 5 different options and then there's like nothing to pick from it, you know? I think that's the way it was. So like this guy, the web developer, he's been like writing this code frantically to like 300 lines, and I tell him, wait a second, you can use _JS. I think it was _JS, and a few, oh geez. You can use _JS and a few of these lambda functions that you can get, and you will actually be able to write this in like 35 lines of code. And he's like, no way, dude, 30 lines of code, 35 lines of code, no way. Oh! Okay, I'm still alive, let's go. So like, and funnily enough, it was actually 35 lines of code when it was done. That filtering, and it was really complex. Jeez, these lasers, man. This is rude. I hope this is the final boss of the city. Danger! Oh jeez. Okay, shoot in the back. It doesn't. Stupid lasers, man. Okay, nice. Whew, we lived. Underbelly. That was not the final boss, okay. You picked up your transmission of success in defeating the main defense ship. This definitely wasn't their main objective. I rebuilt the Z-29 Central Defense ship, and we improved on the design. Microsoft probably already captured it. Oh my god, man. Trent, I picked you up on my sensors. No time to talk. There's a Microsoft freak on my tail, and I'm flying unarmed. Okay. Then Country says, our backends are also Kotlin, so instead of Spring Boot Web Java, we write everything plus all financial rails in Kotlin. Wow, you're actually doing real work with Kotlin. That's good. That's fun. I'm going with this one. Wait, 39. Savara, sure. And the game engine Kenjin, Kotlin native game engine, is still underway. It's functional but still lacking. Devs welcome. Oh, I see. I never figured out what Godot offers, even though that's like the big competitor, I believe. Although, technically I did write a game, a very simplistic game, using libgdx. It was a 2D game. It had multiplayer in it. It was held together by stitches. Like, in a sense, okay, so like, there was a server and a client, and like, the client would send in what it did to like their own board, but it would eventually sometimes be out of sync because like you were getting all these scores, like a lot of scores, and like the scores were desynchronized. So it's like, okay, so the server will actually just rewrite the score of the clients. It was so funny. Like, I'm not sure if that's like the right way to do it, but it was good enough. It was good enough at the time. Nobody questioned it. Country says, I love libgdx. I built Ninja Turtle plus Kotlin plus libgdx. Dude, I should try that. Although technically I should do a bunch of things that I have not done due to even today I was still releasing a version of a thing that I was fixing at 7 PM. I was releasing that version at 11 PM. In fact, I released that version and after that I started the stream, so that's what happened. I've been up and doing some work shenanigans since like 8:30 AM, obviously. So I never know where to find the time for things. I am supposed to put libraries on Maven Central. Supposedly it's extremely easy once you have a working script, and I have been looking at people who have a working script and I still haven't done it. Yeah. There's this thing about the PGP key or whatever. I still have not done that. Because I have verified the domains on my Maven Central, but I never uploaded the PGP key pairs public key to Maven Central, and I never set up the build process. Gah, code. Oh my god, this guy is still complaining. Trent, am I glad to see you? Microsoft has destroyed most of the defenses on Savara, Central Defense ship. Okay. Nothing is new. 40. Pentroid says, are we twins? I'm literally building our Maven artifact deploy process for a new service now, lol. Are you actually doing it towards the Maven Central, like the central repository of Maven? Because if you figure it out, you're willing to share. I have like 5 libraries that I'm supposed to upload to Maven Central since like 5 years ago, but I never bothered. But recently, okay, so like I used to put it on Jetpack. But I'm pretty sure whoever is running Jetpack, they don't even know that it's there anymore, dude. You are deploying in code artifact in AVS, but I do maintain open source map repositories that I deploy to Maven Central. Okay, so you have figured out the part that I haven't. That's crazy. Do you build the ARR and then Do you build the ARR manually and then upload it to Maven after manually signing it, or do you use one of these magical Gradle scripts? How did this become a software development stream anyway? It's all good though, I don't mind. Let's be real, I'm not paying a lot of attention to the game. I'm holding space and moving left and right. Man. You always find the process wonky. People have been saying that they use GitHub Actions to do it, but sorry if I derailed things. No, you did exactly what we needed in this TYRIAN episode 4, because I thought we were gonna do episode 4 and 5, but I feel like well, I don't know where we are in the story actually. Is this episode 4 or is this 5? Kinda lost track at some point. All I know is that if I press space, then it makes things flicker. But yeah, Maven Central, that's the thing I never did. Do you use GitHub Actions for it, or do you use a Gradle script, or how do you do it? Check out the Maven POM files issues to show you the config. Okay, so you're using Maven, so you're using a POM XML for publishing to the Maven Central repository. Now that's good reference in general, but it's not gonna help me. I have to use Gradle. You just run the Maven deploy command with args from my own terminal for my personal project. Damn, that's crazy that that just works. Come on, do I actually have to shoot it from the sides? If that is true, I am so dead. I actually do have to shoot from the side. Okay, sure, I'm just gonna do that. It's gonna take a few years. Hermes says, yo, Zun, hey, Hermes. I finally got to... Oh, I couldn't kill it. I finally got to all spin floor 10. A ninja says, this is your old friend, Trent. I have managed to take out the chemical processing plant. Gigantic ship. It's matching your course. You will be remembered. Javi is like, how many times must I kill you? Dreadnought. Okay, so Javi is attacking. I intercepted the other transmissions you received and don't like either of them very much. Javi more so. Blah 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 blah. Congrats, thank you. It took a while. But then we actually succeeded. It was a cool run, especially because it succeeded. Have you seen this man? Emperor Milktoe. Yes. Okay, I think we have everything. I do not remember how to shoot my side cannons, and I'm too lazy to check. What is this game, man? Okay, how? Control and Alt. Sure. Fleet. Oh, we're doing the fleet again. Yeah, so the trick there is that as I'm working on Android stuff, I have to use the Gradle. Like, if I don't use Gradle, it's over. It's legit over. Like, using Maven is so much harder like that. Ah! Okay, I can shoot that. Nice. What is that arrow? Nice. So yeah, Hermes, we are playing TYRIAN because it was voted on apparently. Someone voted and said, hey, you should play TYRIAN episode 4. And I was like, okay, sure. It has good music. Which is exactly what we did, although there is a slight chance that once we finish the episode, I'm going over to Voice Stranger, which is gonna be, as usual, spoiler heavy, and now even more so than before. Like, it's gonna be extremely spoiler heavy. Because now that we did the Voided run, it's about time that we do a proper run. Okay, we just have to shoot that thing. Whoop. Okay, this is definitely the final boss of this episode. Ah! Nice. Ow, 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 ow. I have to dodge a little bit. And not run into it. Oh, jeez! Ow! Yeah, I don't want to do this again, so I have to be smart. Ow! Okay, at least we got this. Dude, that's a lot of armor. Okay. I think we're doing it. Jump! Okay, that's the last part. Oh, jeez! Okay, we got it. Yum! That was not the end. What great job! We could see the explosion all the way back down here on Savara. Job we won't be heading any Microsoft attack fleets anymore. Trend the others here. Blah 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 blah. Gigas Fluxnet. Zinglon. This is a priority distress. We are being attacked by Microsoft attack fleet on Gigas. Not again. Wait, what is this? Hello Trent, I have picked you up for my comlink again. Things aren't going too well. Alpha group is gone. Without outside help, we will not have enough fuel to return home. Hot dogs. What is happening in this game? Gigas it is. But yeah, Kent, if you ever end up doing Android work and have to work with Gradle, what I know about it is that there's this plugin written by a guy called OneNickTech, and he does have a Maven Gradle deploy plugin which will work up to a given point, assuming you set it up to work. Honestly, I should probably do that on like one of these weekends at some point. It's getting really sad, you know, the jetpack situation. Like, it's literally running on somewhere's like someone's basement. They don't even know that it's there at this point. If you try to contact support, they're not there. Like, literally no one. And you can't really have that. It's like you're trying to write this software that works for, I don't know, the company, and it actually builds, you know? But it's not guaranteed with Jetpack. That's the issue. Like, it's legit just really bad at this point. It used to be better. Like, back in the day, people were like, these do so much damage. That is so much damage. It's like back in the day, Jetpack worked and people said, oh, if you don't put your library on Jade Center, then you don't care enough. But then Jade Center actually went down like 2 or 3 years ago. And ever since then, if something was on Jade Center but wasn't on Maven Central, you actually have to like clone the repository and include it as a source manually in your project. And it's honestly bonkers when you have to do that. And I have done that multiple times because, well, as an Android developer, sometimes you need to do things that seem a little unreasonable. This being one. I mean, for real. So like, you actually clone something that was written in 2017 or before, and then you manually upgrade it from Android support library to Android X, and then you can use it, and hopefully you didn't mess up anything in the process. It's great! Oh jeez, ow. How do I kill this thing? This thing is not getting shot at. Oh, jeez. We're upside down. Duh. Now we're not upside down. Ah! Nice. Okay, these levels are way better than the first ones. Okay, there's still more. Receiving, we've got part of the alien operation and have picked you up inside Gigas. What are you doing out there? Microsoft stuff. Merchant drone will rendezvous you. Logan said something about a bunch of ships leaving towards Gigas and something about the dreadnought being taken out near Savara. Okay, wait a second, this is way longer for some reason. Curse computer net. Oh my god, there's actually text down here. Almost. Mulder says, goodbye, Trent. I control the fleets now. Good, you could drop by to receive my message. Vikrod, I feel your presence, Trent. Who are you? I cannot see. What have you done to me, Trent? I feel nothing. Where is my body? Who are you? I don't know who you are. Am I supposed to know? Oh, theoretically this ship actually has more armor than the Super Carrot. But the Super Carrot is a carrot and we can't possibly switch away from a carrot. I mean, think about that. Think about that for a moment. Why would you switch from a carrot if you can be a carrot? You know? That's the most important thing to know in this game. As long as you are a carrot, nothing can go wrong. Except when you die sometimes, but that's just part of the game. Oh jeez, ow. Okay, so that thing actually kills me on proc if you hit it. So, Kent, so I was wondering about AI-assisted software development, and what I was talking about is that when you're working with the kind of legacy trash that I work with on a regular basis on Android, it doesn't really help. But if you were writing a game and you would need an algorithm that's like a well-known algorithm for your problems, then it would totally work. I mean, think about it. You would tell it, hey, give me some code that optimizes the, what do you call it? The collision detection between these entities using quad trees. And then it would be like, okay, sure, here's the code that optimizes your code with quad trees, right? Because that's a well-defined algorithm thing that the AI might have learned really well at this point. You know, it's like that sort of thing it would be good for. So I can see how it would work in various cases when you know what you're looking for, but it's a little tricky to do. These algorithm things, they would work out. Greenfish says, to be fair, unless you bought the stonks in the last year or so, covered up by an alert notification, damn it. Well, I'm gonna see it eventually. Or not, we'll see. What even is this level? What am I doing here? Is this the episode 4 or 5? I was gonna do Voice Stranger, but now we're here. That was not the final boss. Wait, am I actually... Okay. I'm gonna be able to read Greenfish's message in like 4 seconds. Just a moment. Okay, so... Greenfish says, to be fair, unless you bought it in the last year or so, you still made a profit even with the dump. Let's go! Stonks investing. You know, if you want me to tell you something about investing, which is something I don't know about, I am not a financial advisor, I can help you lose money. I'm really good at that, okay? I can tell you every possible way that you can lose money. But theoretically, if you do it correctly, you're supposed to be winning money. That's the general idea. But yeah, if you sell at a loss, then you'll be locking your loss. But if you hold on and it doesn't go further down, then you can win it back. That's what they say. I have no idea what I'm talking about though. Oh, that thing is trying to kill me, which is unsurprising. But The important thing though that I did not know when I was a wee lad, 28 years old, two things. One of them is that unit-linked insurances are a scam, that's one thing, but the other thing that I didn't know is that you can literally buy a piece of paper that is guaranteed to earn, guaranteed to have higher value in the future just by buying said piece of paper. This is something that I didn't know. Apparently government bonds. Government bonds, that's a thing you can do. And then there's index funds, as they call them, which are like combined stocks or whatever. And those are not guaranteed, but they tend to go up over time. So like what people actually do is that they work, and then they put like $1,000 to $2,000 at least dollars every month into this thing that they have, and eventually it earns money. And I kinda entirely miss the fact that this is something you can do, because you're like, oh, but the return on this is like 7%. Like, what do I do with 7%, you would ask? Or at least that's what I was asking when I first heard about it, I think. I don't even know if I heard about it. We just thought government bonds, but who the heck trusts the government? But apparently, well, if they can't pay you that 7% return that they guaranteed, then that means that the entire country is like in shambles. So that never happens. But it can, but it's unlikely. Okay, this is clearly the end of something. Oh my god, we actually did the episode thing. It says the end. That didn't say a lot. But that's the end. Slipping deep into your mega sound chair, you sip down an Insta Coco from your dispenser. The whole universe is erupting in a fanfare of joy and hope. Still, one burning thought enters your mind. Why am I reading this? If only you could find a way out of this crazy universe and avoid the horrible smiling face of Transon Loch. The universe has asked you to save them one too many times, and you have decided to hide out on TYRIAN and reflect on your Hazudra friend, who died way back in episode 1. Dang, can't even remember his name now. But then... Incoming message from... Vikramod? No way! Where's Vikramod? Vikramod says, help me! Again, I feel your presence, Trent. I can move now. I don't know quite what I have become, but I know what I must do. I feel you are the cause of my pain. Come to me, Trent. One of us must die before the other can become whole. I don't know what blah blah blah. Okay. Trent, this is Transon Loch. I hope you are able to get the message. We've lost you on our sensors. Your ship disappeared about 8 minutes ago. Where are you? Your life is in danger. A great power surge is building from within. I guess that's where I'm coming from, man. You must investigate. Savara blah 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 blah. Are you still talking to your machine? Commander, quick, what's the square root of 4? I think the computer is down and we can't figure out how to fix it. Okay. See, Admiral says, you may have killed all the others, but I'm still alive. I, Nob, am now Admiral of all that I see. Emperor. Project Vikramod. Okay. Wait, did he also have more text? I'm not actually reading it. Oops, wait a sec. Where's the Y key on this keypad? This man has no idea how to stop. Wait, what? Hello, self. Wait, I'm writing a diary now. Or something. I don't know what's going on in this game. Let's see. There's nothing to get, nothing to get, nothing to get. I'm kinda used to this. TYRIAN, I guess. Okay, so that was episode 4, and this is episode 5.
Large enemy approaching.
That's a nose. Why is this a nose? Why does it so? Oh my god, that's so much damage. What am I shooting at? Am I shooting the eyes? No, I'm shooting that thing. Oh my god, this boss. I'm not a fan. What? Oh jeez, ow. Please tell me this is like gonna end fast. This boss. Is this Vikramod? I guess that explains things, kind of. Ow! So like the secret there that I was mentioning is that apparently this is something that people know about and that they calculate with it and they're like, oh yeah, we can definitely get some income from our money. I did some math on how much money I lost by not knowing about this, and I was not happy. But you have to know that you won't need that money for a while, you know? That's the secret. I have no idea what Arcade is doing. He said he's doing options trading, but I don't know how that's different. Oh jeez, ow! Nice, no strip. Was that the last one? Oh my god. Poor Vikramod, I feel sorry for him now. What a waste. Still, that should be the last of the war for now. At least it better be. Is there no way out of this war? I am alone. Yo, it's the cue for whatever song. I didn't know I've heard this. Now that I have won the war, I can return to Sora and receive a hero's welcome. Millions of hollow viewers will bow at my feet and bless the very channels I appear on. Sages will cross 1,000 desert streams to be at my side. Streams of small dwarves will dance the jig of 1,000 hours at my celebration. I could be made into anything. But I don't want to be a hero. I hate this life. Why, oh me, do I strut upon this stage once more? That's it. I won't go. Okay. Computer, lock into a random galaxy, at least 100 years away. Earth? Funny name for a planet. Wonder if it's inhabited. Who cares? I jump into cryo-freeze and sit in stasis until we reach this Earth. Nobody will ever find me. And so, space pilot Trent Hawkins straps down in his little craft, sets the thermostat to cryo. His ship streams off at maximum speed to his unknown destination. For 101 years, he waits deep within his frozen ship. The galaxy searches for his body, but he is considered lost and given a hero's funeral. Little do they know, you will soon be on Earth, ready to slip unnoticed into whatever life lurks there. In stasis, it's best to keep the mind still active. Your computer has programmed an endless game to keep your mind active those 101 years. Instructions are located in the data cubes for your reference. And here it is. Oh my god, what is this? Is this the ale thing again? This is the ale thing. Is this the end of the game? It might be. This might actually be the end of the game. So, I'm not doing ale. The madness has stopped for now. Perhaps I will be given a chance to rest. Someday I may find my way out. Someday. Your total score is number. Secret hint 413 Windy 2. Secret level contains many boxes. Nice. zhunGamer. Oh, that was actually just episode 4. Really? I thought that. Oh my god. That was so long. I thought that's like episode 5 as well. Okay, sure. You know what? You know what? Completed it says, but there's an entire thing here. Okay, so I think we're done with TYRIAN for today. It is going to be episode 4. I'm gonna return to episode 5 at a future time. It is going to return. Apparently we can do some really good software talk while doing that.